You see this thing right here? You see this little perfect creature? That's something that you can rely on. That's something that can bring you comfort. Look at his face. Look at that perfect face. Look at her try to. Oh, and please don't lick me. Don't know where you've been. Now about that baseball team. Mariners lose 7-2. They fall to 63-61 on the season. And they've lost the first two of the 3-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. We'll go over the scoring plays because apparently I just like pain, apparently. Bottom of the first, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa homers off Luis Castillo to make it 1-0. Mariners get one back in the second. A Victor Robles single to score Mitch Haniger. 1-1 in the middle of the second. Fourth inning, Rowdy Tellez homers to right to score O'Neal Cruz. 3-1 at the end of the fourth. Mariners get one back in the fifth. Jorge Polanco doubles to center to score Julio Rodriguez. 3-2. Sixth inning, I almost said Ellie. I knew I would. Brian De La Cruz singles to right to score Joey Bart after an error by Luke Raley. 4-2, end of six. Seventh inning, Jared Triolo homers to left to make it 5-2. Joey Bart doubles home Isaiah Kiner-Falefa to make it 6-2. Rowdy Tellez hits a ground rule double. 7-2 at the end of seven. Mariners get nothing. Not a dang thing after the fifth inning. I don't know if there are any positives from this game, but I'll try. Nice to see a decent day from Victor Robles. He's been really scuffling lately. 2 for 5 with the RBI, also stole a base. Jorge Polanco goes 2 for 4 with an RBI. Mitch Haniger, a couple of hits. Any positives for the pitching today? Troy Taylor. Troy Taylor looked good. Nice bounce back from his scuffles in the 15-1 game. Use code MOLLYWOP15 at simplyseattle.com, www.simplyseattle.com. That code is MOLLYWHOP15. Thank you so much, Simply Seattle. My frustration is not with you, obviously. Love those guys. I freaking hate this baseball team. I hate it. I don't like using the word hate. I hate this baseball team. And it's weird because there's a lot of really likable players. But it's clearly not a group that works. Not well enough, anyway. Because this is a 63-61 baseball team now. It's as average as it can be. And it's only average because you have elite starting pitching and crap pretty much everywhere else. Speaking of elite starting pitching, Luis Castillo was not elite today. Not anywhere close. Would it be nice if the Mariners could overcome a 4-run start from Luis Castillo? 100%. But they can't. And Luis Castillo wasn't good enough today. His command was way off. Gives up the 2 homers, walks 3. Got squeezed a little bit at times, but I think Luis Castillo would be the first person to tell you he didn't pitch anywhere near well enough. The overwhelming majority of the year, Luis Castillo has been fantastic. Today wasn't one of those days. And the Mariners weren't good enough to overcome it. JT Chargois, who, look, I wanted him in that situation yesterday, pitched pretty crappy today. Pretty darn crappy. Taylor Sassetto stinks right now. Man, it's not fun to watch because I think we all love Taylor Sassetto, one of the most likable Seattle Mariners in a long time. And there's been some really likable guys. There haven't been very many unlikable guys. Dislikable? There haven't been very many unlikable players. I like that I corrected myself from something that I didn't even screw up, which just tells you where my mental state is right now. 7 runs. You gave up 7 runs today. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It sure would be nice to have an offense that could overcome giving up 7 runs, but they're nowhere close. Julio gets the hit, and he got hit, but we'll talk about the 9th inning. Uh, there's so many guys just to, I hate to say the word crap on, but Mitch Garver was awful. No, Justin Turner was awful. Dylan Moore was beyond awful. 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Amazingly, not the worst offensive performance today. Because Randy Arozarena, and it just leads into it. You can't play worse than Randy Arozarena did offensively today. He was absolutely lost. And I think maybe not overwhelming, for the most part, the Randy Arozarena experience has been a positive one. Boy, the lows have been low, though. And I expected that. When you strike out as often as Randy Arozarena does, you're going to have some lows. But, oh my gosh, today. And look, I said some positive things about Victor Robles, right? But it's a 7-2 game, and it's the 9th inning, and Luke Raley draws a walk. Mitch Garver gets hit by a pitch, and I can't remember how. Let me pull up the exacts of this 9th inning, because I've already tried to block it out, but we need to talk about it. Okay. Top of the 9th, Domingo Germán, who's a horrific human being, walks Luke Raley, then hits Mitch Garver, and then hits Leo Rivas. You've got bases loaded, nobody out. It's a 5-run game. You are still very unlikely to win, but you have a chance to do some real damage and get yourself back in this game. You've got the top of the order. And Victor Robles flies out as meekly as you can to right field. Randy Arozarena strikes out swinging for the 5th time in 5 at-bats. And Julio Rodriguez also strikes out. It's just not good enough. You have to look. I'm frustrated. I talked a lot of crap about the ownership. I talked a lot of crap about Dipoto. Talked a lot of crap about service. But let's talk about these players too, guys. They are the players that are on the field and doing crap work. That's crap work. That's your top of your order. Those are guys who have done great things in this league. Victor Robles to a lesser extent, but Randy Arozarena has been among the better outfielders in baseball, and Julio Rodriguez is one of the best young talents in the sport and has put up 5 WAR seasons as a 23-year-old, and he's still a 23-year-old. Get the job done. Scott Service can't hit for you. Jerry Dipoto can't hit for you. John Stanton can't hit for you. Justin Hollander can't hit for you. Scott Hunter can't hit for you. Tim Heavley can't hit for you. Kevin Martinez can't hit for you. No, get the job done. Bases loaded, nobody out. Facing a very average closer at best. You got worked. You got flat out worked. This is falling apart. I mean, falling apart is an understatement. It would be like watching somebody run who had all of their limbs just kind of hanging off sockets, excuse me. I don't know what sockets are. That's what the Seattle Mariners are right now. They're a team trying to sprint, but all of their limbs are disconnected from their joints. There was a 10-game lead. It's just frustrating. I mean, that frustrating is an understatement, right? If the Mariners didn't have a 10-game lead, we would still be mad about how they're playing right now. I don't know. I say I don't know a lot, and I'm going to keep saying it because I don't know. You have a chance to salvage one game tomorrow. Here's a positive, by the way. How good is PNC Park? I think it's the best park in baseball. George Kirby looking to bounce back from his. I know 5 of those runs ended up being unearned, but come on. Against to be determined. They may have announced it and I missed it. Golly. The White Sox did you a favor last night. And it didn't matter. It's 5 straight losses now. Would appreciate you hitting like, would appreciate you hitting subscribe, would appreciate you hitting join. We'll have a couple of videos for Mile Y enthusiasts next week. Sorry we didn't get to do a live chat. Things just got real hectic. Love you all, but I hate this baseball team right now.